Half-Life 2 begins with the chapter point insertion, which serves as an introduction to the game world. Here, the player begins to learn of the events that took place and what the Earth has become in the intervening time period between Half-Life and Half-Life 2. The player learns this information through the characters he meets as well as hints from the environment. About 20 years after the Black Mesa incident, the G-Man removes Gordon Freeman from stasis and inserts him into a train on the way to City 17. A couple of citizens in the same train talk about city life and the process of being transferred. Arriving at the station, Gordon exits the train to find the world under the control of a vast interdimensional empire known as the Combine. He witnesses armed police officers known as Civil Protection and is greeted by the image of Dr. Wallace Breen, who is broadcasting a message on a large screen welcoming the new arrivals to City 17. Gordon is ordered away from the rest of the citizens into a small interrogation room in which he meets former Black Mesa security guard Barney Calhoun, now undercover as a civil protection officer. Barney contacts Dr. Isaac Kleiner, who greets Gordon warmly. After a bit of discussion, they decide to send Gordon over to Kleiner's lab, though he must find his own way there as Barney cannot abandon his post without raising Civil Protection's suspicion. Along the way, Gordon catches a glimpse of the Citadel looming in the distance. While moving through apartment buildings, Gordon finds himself right in the middle of a Civil Protection raid, barely escaping with his life, and being rescued from certain death by a young woman named Alex Vance. Gordon finds his way to Kleiner's lab with Alex's help, with her revealing more information about the state of the world and Wallace Breen. It is revealed that Dr. Breen was formerly the administrator at Black Mesa during the events of Half-Life. Alex explains that she is part of an underground network known as the Resistance and has been helping people escape the city on foot. She also reveals that they have just developed a better way of moving them, which turns out to be a teleport. At Kleiner's lab, it is decided that Gordon and Alex should be teleported to Black Mesa East, the laboratory where Alex's father, Dr. Eli Vance, is heading the Resistance's scientific research operations. After meeting Kleiner's pet headcrab Lamar, Gordon receives the Mark V Heather suite, the upgraded version of his old Hev suite from the Black Mesa incident. Alex is teleported to Black Mesa East successfully. When trying to teleport Gordon, however, Lamar leaps onto him, causing the machine to malfunction and teleport him to various random places, including a desert twice at Black Mesa East, the middle of the ocean where he is almost eaten by an ichthyosaur, and Breen's office in the Citadel, alerting the Combine to his presence. Finally ending up outside the lab where he started, Gordon is forced to head on foot to Black Mesa East by himself. Before he leaves, Barney gives him the infamous crowbar Gordon used at Black Mesa, telling him that he needs to travel through the extensive canal system of City 17 to reach his destination. As Gordon begins the journey, the Citadel is seen changing formation and swarms of city scanners are seen flooding out in response to Gordon's arrival. Gordon starts his journey to Black Mesa East through the canal network and reveals further information about the state of the Earth, the organization of the Resistance, and the operation of the Combine forces. In this lengthy chapter, Gordon travels through the Underground Railroad, a network of Resistance bases located along the canals established to help refugees escape. Gordon is continually on the run, being chased by the Combine, and the few Resistance shelters he finds are quickly raided by Civil Protection, either being shelled or flooded with manhacks. Gordon acquires his first firearm, the 9mm pistol, and engages in frequent combat with Civil Protection forces as well as familiar alien enemies such as barnacles, headcrabs, and zombies closer to the end. Gordon escaped from City 17 through its canal system to Black Mesa East using an airboat. He fights off numerous Civil Protection units and a hunter chopper. Finally, Gordon reaches his destination, Black Mesa East, after a series of chases through the canals. Gordon meets Dr. Judith Mossman for the first time and is reunited with former Black Mesa scientist and current Resistance leader, Eli Vance, along with Alex. Gordon is also introduced to the zero-point energy field manipulator, also known as the gravity gun, a physics manipulator that quickly becomes indispensable, and Dog, Alex's robotic pet. Alex takes Gordon to the scrapyard in order for him to practice with the gravity gun. Along the way, they pass by a sealed-off tunnel to a place called Ravenholm, of which Alex speaks fearfully. While Gordon is playing with Dog in the scrapyard, Alex spots combined scanners sweeping the area shortly before an all-out aerial raid on Black Mesa East. While attempting to rejoin the others, Gordon and Dog are separated from Alex by a collapsed ceiling, and Gordon is forced to escape down the tunnel to Ravenholm. Gordon finds himself in the ghost town of Ravenholm, originally a hidden village that lived free from the rule of the Combine. It was discovered and attacked by hundreds of headcrab shells, transforming almost the entire population into deadly zombies. This chapter also introduces two new headcrab variants, the poison headcrab and the fast headcrab, and their zombie counterparts. The chapter title is a reference to a comment made by Alex Vance in the preceding chapter while showing Gordon around the base. Gordon makes his way through the town, fighting zombies and avoiding bizarre man-made death traps. Gordon eventually meets the man who set them up, Father Grigori, a mentally unstable man claiming to be a priest and possibly the sole survivor of the shelling. Grigori gives Gordon a shotgun and guides him through the town. Gordon and Grigori join at the church and make their way to an old mine with a path leading back to City 17. After battling through the graveyard to the mine entrance, Grigori decides not to leave with Gordon, opting to remain in the town. As Gordon departs, Grigori continues fighting the zombies until he disappears into a fire inside a crypt. After escaping Ravenholm, Gordon is informed that Eli Vance has been captured and taken to Nova Prospect and sets out on a journey along Highway 17 to rescue him. Making use of a resistance scout car with a tour cannon attachment, he encounters Combine soldiers for the first time, as well as a new type of alien, the Antlions. Colonel Odessa Cubbage is also met in this level, giving Gordon the RPG, which Gordon uses to defend a resistance outpost from a Combine gunship. After crossing through the last part of the coast without the scout car, he encounters the first Antlion guard. After defeating it, an ally Vortigaunt extracts a theropode from the body, which allows Gordon to control Antlion. The Vortigaunt trains Gordon in its usage at a nearby resistance camp. Gordon then continues along the coast, leading groups of Antlions and battling his way through Nova Prospect guards set up in bunkers on his way into the prison. Gordon leads an assault on Nova Prospect, a Combine base and former prison, and breaches its defenses with the help of an army of Antlions, with the goal of finding and rescuing the captured resistance leader Eli Vance. Gordon fights his way through Nova Prospect's defenses, including prison guards and sentry turrets, as well as creatures such as headcrabs and zombies and two Antlion guards, eventually making his way to the train depot. During the assault, a pre-recorded message from Dr. Breen is overheard in which he berates the Combine Overwatch for their inability to stop Freeman. Gordon reunites with Alex Vance in the Nova Prospect train depot. They discover that Dr. Mossman was actually a Combine spy working on Breen's side. Together, they search the prison for Eli Vance and Judith Mossman, all the while fighting off security forces. They split up several times, but finally they reunite to track down Mossman. Alex plans to use the Combine teleport to transport her, Gordon, Eli, and Mossman to Dr. Kleiner's lab. However, Mossman manages to trick Alex, teleporting herself and Eli out of the facility to the Citadel. Alex and Gordon are forced to take the risk in using the same teleport again to get back to Kleiner's lab. As they teleport away, Combine elites are glimpsed for the first time as they storm the teleportation room. Upon arriving in Kleiner's lab after teleporting away from the depot, Gordon Freeman and Alex Vance discover they have been stuck in a teleport loop for a week's time. They learn that their teleport caused the destruction of Nova Prospect, and the blow they struck there was taken as a sign to begin the uprising. The two factions have been locked in combat for a week, and all of City 17 is a war zone. Gordon goes on to aid in the battle, while Alex remains in the lab to help Kleiner escape the city. Dog initially fights alongside Gordon, but is separated from him as he attempts to destroy a Combined dropship, getting carried away by it in the process. Gordon joins up with various squads of citizens, and together they fight their way through the city towards Barney's location. Near the end of the chapter, Alex returns to help Gordon, but is captured by combined soldiers and taken to the Citadel. Gordon teams up with Barney, together leading a battle at the Overwatch Nexus and disabling a generator powering a suppression device that is hampering resistance attacks, eventually fighting their way to the foot of the Citadel. There, they encounter Dog, who is running rampant through the streets looking for Alex. Dog provides a pathway into the Citadel by lifting up a portion of a Combine Smart barrier, allowing Gordon through. After making his way into the Citadel through use of a stalker pod, Gordon is caught in a Combine weapon confiscation field. This destroys most of his weapons except for the gravity gun, instead causing the field to malfunction and overcharge it. The gravity gun becomes supercharged, making it much more powerful and capable of picking up and throwing organic being. Making use of this newly acquired weapon, Gordon fights his way through the Citadel against large numbers of Combine soldiers as Dr. Breen attempts in increasing desperation to convince Gordon to surrender. Gordon is forced to enter another stalker pod and is quickly discovered on camera, transferring him to the top of the Citadel directly to Breen's office. After being transported to Dr. Breen's office, Gordon is reunited with Eli Vance and Alex Vance, who are both being kept captive in stalker pods as well. Dr. Breen tries once again to gain the allegiance of Eli, but after being refused, he prepares to send Gordon, Alex, and Eli through a portal to the Combine overworld. Dr. Breen also hints at the G-Man's influence, stating that Gordon's contract was open to the highest bidder. Mossman protests, but after being brushed off by Breen, decides to intervene, releasing Gordon, Alex, and Eli. Breen attempts to escape, fleeing to the dark energy reactor at the very top of the Citadel to be transported himself to the Combine overworld. Gordon gives chase, fighting his way through Combine soldiers along the way. Just as the portal to the overworld opens, Gordon attacks the reactor using his dark energy infused gravity gun, causing the reactor to fail and go critical. Just as the reactor explodes, the G-Man freezes time and addresses Gordon. The G-Man congratulates him on his success, stating that he has received interesting offers for Gordon's services. Gordon is put back into stasis by the G-Man, who then leaves through a door of light with the final words. In the meantime, this is where I get off. This is the end of this video. If you guys want to see the story of the 2 episodes, just tell me in the comment. See you in another video.